Well, greetings and welcome to an X-Plane Mobile video. Yes, you heard that correctly, X-Plane Mobile. Now, the reason why I chose to do X-Plane Mobile and, of course, mobile flight simulation for a while is because I'm honestly going through a lot and I really don't think conditions warrant for me to use a PC computer. I'm actually recording off an iPad and an iPod Touch. So that way, if for some reason an earthquake was to hit Albuquerque, New Mexico, because one hit Los Alamos a few months earlier, I could just grab the flight simulators and just go, instead of waiting for the computer to turn off. So right now, in this video, we're going to fly from Grants to Albuquerque, with some stopovers along the way. You'll see by transitions, and I'll keep you entertained as we're going. And now, of course, here we go. We're going to ride the U.S. Naval version of a Beech C-90. And of course, that's a flying sport utility vehicle, or it's a flying SUV as many people would call it. And we'll be flying from Grants Milan Municipal Airport to the Coronado Airport in Duke City. Now, of course, this is an experimental flight. This flight was made out of paralysis, meaning no ideas, and here it is. So here we are. Despite all the background chatter that you typically hear in X-Plane, I am getting ready to go. Now bear in mind too that this may not be a half-hour long video, but I do in fact intend to make longer, more entertaining videos, but just please bear with me. Let's just see how conditions warrant. And yes, here we go. Looking around and making sure everything's okay. The master caution light is on, it's probably the brakes. And at this time, I'm adjusting my instruments. And of course my views, the flaps taken care of, and we'll be taking off in a minute or two. Now the reason why I chose the naval version is because you know how I was in Civil Air Patrol from the time being I recorded this video, right? Well, I also have high respect for the Navy because a lot of my uncles were in the branch, and of course my closest one was in the branch too, and I have high respect for the Navy. So that's why we're using the naval version, especially because this is an experiment, and especially with the things I wanted to experiment with in life. The Civil Air Patrol has also been very helpful with that. But these are different branches, as you can see here. Up. We're off. We're leaving the Grants Milan Municipal Airport, and oh, looks like we're going down a little. And we're going right up. Now bear in mind I was using screen recorder from your iPad and your iPod Touch, which it should have. And of course, if you see anything on the screen with me like starting or stopping recordings, please note that I put that there on purpose to show you that it's really not rocket science to get to the screen recording, as long as you have the new software and you name it. And oh, here we go. We're headed towards Mount Taylor in this video. And from the time being I recorded this video, please excuse the loud air conditioning, and because I'm actually recording this video from a close relative's house, because also, you know, you may have heard I'm going through a lot, and of course I really don't want to get into too much about it, but one of the reasons why I had chosen mobile flight simulation is because of what I said in the beginning of the video. An earthquake hit Los Alamos, and speaking of which, we're flying over Mount Taylor, supposedly, and of course Jemez Springs is not far from that either, and Jemez Springs happens to be an active volcano, and Mount Taylor could wake up any day now. Why? First of all, I don't want to convert you to what I believe in, but I believe that God is getting ready to take his children home, of which I'm one. And one of the reasons why I moved to mobile flight simulation as well is because if for some reason Jesus Christ was to take me home anytime soon, I won't have to worry about a computer causing a fire in the neighborhood where I am. And please note, I really believe. And of course, you may find that strange, but this is what I believe. And the best thing I can say for you right now is secure yourself a relationship with Jesus Christ. And of course, you won't really have to worry about a computer burning the neighborhood down. And one of the reasons why I moved to mobile flight simulation is because God advised me to. And voila, I accept the advice. And here we are. even more so, I'm also drawing nearer to our Father as we're flying here because flying is so scary. And of course, I don't want to go to Hotel Echo Double Hockey Stick, Hotel Echo Double Lima. I do not want to go there. And of course, I want to go to Hotel Echo Alpha Victor Echo November. And voila. I'm somewhat a little closer in the airplane, and here we go. We're over the lava flow of Mount Taylor, it seems as though. Now, I can't be sure because it's X-Plane, and I suppose either way back in FSX, I still can't get you real scenery for the time being, but that will have to come. But please be patient with me. I'm a human, and I want to make sure I'm doing things right. Okay, if there's anything you want me to do better about my videos, please let me know in the comment box below, and or send me messages, and I will appeal to that. And please bear in mind that I'm trying as well to entertain you. And oh, what do we have here? Yes, we are adjusting heading and altitude settings. And of course, here we go. We're going to make our way into the Duke as of right now. I think with a stopover at Double Eagle Airport, as well as someplace in the valley in Bernalillo. And then from there, lastly but not least, Coronado Airport. Here's the outside of the plane once again that I'm flying. And of course, this is a C-90 because the military designation for a Beechcraft instead of a B, it's a C. I think a lot of it has to do with, like, it's also a cargo transport as well. And from here, looks like we're going further into the Duke. And looks like we're over Cabazon or something like that. I may be wrong. Hard to judge off of X-Plane scenery as well. Oh, a nice smooth flight. Let's enjoy that. Spoiler alert, I was using my fingers a lot on the iPad to adjust my views, as you can see here, as well as adjust the height, altitude, trim, pitch, etc. And here we go. We are over some part of New Mexico. I think we're entering the limits of Duke City. I'm just not sure at this time. Here, enjoy some flyby views. Look over the wing. Watch each other's backs. And we should have a good time. I took some screenshots. I'll see about making a slideshow with screenshots sometime too. And here we are. Let's see what they're doing in the back. They're having snacks, this, that, etc. And yes, you saw that on purpose to show you that yes, this is a mobile flight simulator game, allowing my yeses to be yeses and noses as much as possible. Oh yes, here we are. We're beginning to land as of right now. Now this is a hard phase, so you'll have to bear with me that I am not perfect at landing too. So what I did actually, honestly, was I took off from that mystery location that I stayed at from before. And then from there I went ahead and I recorded over and over again because I kept crashing. I suppose you'll crash no matter what in simulated flight games. Flight simulator games, or whatever you want to call them. Because landing, what do you know? It's one of the hardest things you could ever do. Well, what we have here is I'm still struggling to land. Once again, please excuse the loud air conditioning because this was recorded out of my aunt's basement. My closest one anyway, and I thank her and of course my closest uncle and cousins for allowing me to use her home in the time of strife. And as of right now, we're landing at Coronado Airport, and let's see what happens from here. Yeah, I made it. I just forgot to record it because Yeah, I've crashed enough earlier. And here we are at Coronado Airport, but not on the runway. And that's alright though, because I'm pretty much the only one at Coronado Airport. And I suppose I'm ready to do my next flight at a Bush airport. Now here's one more thing. Now to sum up, the reason why I moved to mobile flight simulation is because God advised me to, because I think the next thing you know he's going to do is he's going to wake up Mount Taylor to get the attention of everyone else that he's about to rain really soon. And of course I want to be caught away, and God's probably saying, especially because of how merciful he is, that he does not want my computer to burn down Glenwood Hills or whatever. You may find that crazy, but he's really telling me that I came to faith in 2012 after hearing a quiet voice guide me through what was going to happen. And of course, the Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar, was wrong. But as of right now, it seems as though that the Tzolk'in is true. Mount Taylor, as well as Jemez Springs, could definitely wake up someday. So that's why I moved to mobile flight simulation. So anyway, yes, I like X-Plane Mobile. And one thing I like about it is that, you know, I could grab it and go if for some reason Taylor were to wake up or a quake hits the Duke. And along with that, let's see what else we have here. Oh yes, I got more. One of the reasons why I'm opening up about my faith as of right now is because I know from experience when flying, that's when you draw closer to God. I don't want to go to hell because it's scary and it's worse. And of course, I want to make sure I go to heaven. So anyway, in this video, I had a good time. I was able to land at Coronado Airport, but very rough though. Though Coronado Airport closed in real life on November 30th, 2001, in my imagination, and of course in Flight Simulator, it's always open. Although my landing was terrible at Coronado Airport, I'm going to admit this. Oftentimes I land there terribly on purpose because I'm also working on bush flying, which I hope to do someday, but just please remind me to do it. And of course, mobile flight simulation is fun. I'm able to do it. I've flown a lot, especially with the Civil Air Patrol when I went to glider encampment back in 2011, 13, and 14. Now I did not go in 12, though. I probably would have a good sequence of when I went to those activities. And as of right now, I would like to admit that I had fun, even though I had no idea what I was making. I had fun recording my trip from Grants to Albuquerque on the Beech C-90. One positive is that I got to fly whilst waiting for Mount Taylor to awake. One negative is landing. So otherwise, that is our show. If you like, please like and subscribe. We'll see you around. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next videos.